Hello everyone and welcome to Cappuccino with HR. My name is Rudi Bauer, and after 40 years in business, I'm 100% sure that the success of companies is directly related to the passion of the people working for these companies. With the Cappuccino of HR, we created a format where we really invite people. It's HR leaders, it's recruiters, it's talent acquisition guys, and we're talking about all the different kind of topics, and the range is going from AI, of course, to new work, to leadership, and all the challenges along the way. Yeah, hello and welcome to a new episode of Cappuccino with HR. I think I have a really special guest, and I'm really proud to have Jan in my show today because I don't know if you have seen his profile. He's got 170K followers on LinkedIn, so I think that's amazing, and it's really a big honor for me to have you in my Cappuccino with HR today. So welcome, Jan.
Thank you for inviting me. And regarding the followers, I'm pretty sure that people are just following me because the Fridays jokes. So
I mean, the reason doesn't matter, so it's really cool. And the first question that I always raise, as it's called Cappuccino with HR. So, what's your favorite coffee, Jan?
that's a very good question. My preference beverage was cappuccino or latte, but I recently stopped drinking coffee completely.
Okay.
So right now it's more tea than cappuccino, but cappuccino or latte was my preference of choice.
Oh, okay, doke. And then for those probably 3 or 4 people out there, may I ask you to introduce you quickly with some own words, so in a few sentences, just something about your background and yourself.
Yeah, sure. I always describe myself as a huge fan of recruitment and TA world. I started many years ago. I'm enjoying the journey, honestly, even that AI is threatening me to replace me or everyone else. But I have fun. I enjoy the working with amazing team, amazing people, and I'm always describing, or when I'm describing my team or the entire TA team within our company, or during that I work with during the entire career, I always saying that I kind of like won the lottery. I'm blessed that I have really great team members, leaders, and that make my journey way fun and enjoyable. As you can see behind me, I like to write. So I wrote several books. I writing a lot on LinkedIn, especially during weekends when I'm preparing the content for LinkedIn posts, articles, because I like to share. So and I'm working as a director of TA at Tricentis, and that's and as you mentioned, LinkedIn profile. So if somebody wants to learn more about me, LinkedIn profile is the best way where they need to go.
Yeah. I want to come back to the books because I know 2 books of you. I know the Full Stack Recruiter and I know the Job Search Guide. So, and for me, these 2 books, I mean, they try to cover both sides of the battle. Let's call it like this. So it's more, one is meant to help recruiters to reach the position that they need in times like this, to come to what's needed. And the other one is the Job Search Guides. I see it more for the candidates to really have a kind of a fluent flow through this kind of shitty process, because I mean it's really tough. And I mean, I've never met a person who's a really expert in changing jobs, because normally people tend to change their jobs every 3 to 5 to 7 years in average. And so nobody is really an expert in changing jobs. So I think it's for everyone, if we come into this kind of position, it's always meant to be massive stress. So, and as you wrote these books for both sides, and we are doing the same with our surveys. So I mean, if we do a survey, we normally ask a lot of developers out there, and then we ask a lot of HR people out there to understand the gap and the misunderstandings. Do you mean that the process is still broken?
I had that. Thank you for the question, though. So I had a discussion with several people yesterday on LinkedIn, and people are constantly saying, that the process is broken. It's very hard to answer that because it depends on what you see, what is broken. So, is it fair that you receive a call from someone who invites you to the call because they know you and hire you? Is it fair towards the other candidates? Is it fair that somebody else is using AI to improve their resume and you don't? Is it fair that somebody's cheating and you don't? So, I don't believe that process itself is broken because it's process, the people are. And what I mean by that is we have our own biases. We are bringing, and regardless if you are candidates, if you are HR, my entire life I'm trying to get rid of my biases and review and evaluate every single candidate in the same set of eyes, in the same norm. Just I hope I kind of like achieve it. I'm only assessing them based on the information that they are sharing with me, it's resume or it's interview. But it took me lots of years to get where I am here, where I'm now, and so I don't believe the process is broken because it's process. You have a submit the resume, have the interview, have the manager interview, technical round, and offer. What is broken on that process? Almost nothing. But the selection part, it's tricky because, as you mentioned, there are people who are not an expert by changing careers. And I can tell you, I last year I kind of like rewrite several resumes just for recruiters who should be an expert, but they are not. So not having the right knowledge that will give you some benefit, not benefit, advantage to be more visible, get to the job, get the call from the recruiter, or like put the foot to the door. That's a little bit tricky because not everyone has that knowledge. And that's the reason why we are seeing so many people offering solutions that could be ATS, bulletproof resume, whatever. That could be AI cheating tool that will give you the advantage. But the process itself is not broken in that way. How people and how hiring managers and recruiters are working, it's one thing. How candidates are applying, and again, I'm not going to point the fingers that somebody should be blamed because one group has experience, but they have their biases. The other group is looking for a job, and when you don't have a job, you feel kind of like desperate because invoices are not or bills are not going to stop coming.
Yeah.
So you feel the pressure, and I understand it. I was in the same position, and I know how frustrating it is to looking for a job, how hard it is to find a job. And yes, if I lose the job today, it will take me several weeks, months to find a job that I'm looking for. But because I also have some expectation of the job that I
Yeah,
would
of
like
course.
to
Of
have.
course.
So the entire process is and will be a challenge, and I can talk about the hours. Is there easy solution? Absolutely not. Is AI the solution? No, because what's going to happen in the near future, we'll be outsourcing the recruiter work to AI, and the AI will be doing what? Checking the data you feed against the data that the other group is feeding for, and
Yeah.
there will be AI matching the data that the AI wants to see. So what is going to happen? The human element will going to enter the game again
Yeah.
and make that and bring, of course, some of those recruiters and hiring managers will bring their bias. So I never met, and I'm doing this job for many, many years, I never met anyone who can tell me how to fix that issue that everybody's saying it's a broken process, but how to fix it so it's fair for everyone has a chance that will be evaluated. Every candidate has a chance to be evaluated for the role, but
Yeah.
you also need to, and my last thing, because I can talk about the hours about it, there is lots of people who are applying for a job that are suitable for them. They are looking for, they are, let's say, accountants, and they are looking for finance manager. Again, it could be because that could be it depends on the type of the role, responsibility, etc. But it's hard, and it always will be hard, and it's one of the most stressful and challenging things that we all embrace in our lives. And yes, some people change their job every 3-4 years. Some will stick with the job for more years. I'm usually the guy who's trying to stay for more years, because I know how stressful the changing job and finding job is, and I'm so I'm saying I'm so lucky to work with really amazing people and have really great colleague. So that's, I usually say that's the lottery win for me. So
Thanks for that. I mean, I think there was a lot of you were speaking out of my soul and my heart, really. I mean, I see it exactly like you see. I think we're always trying in HR, we're always trying to find a kind of a tool which could solve probably a problem which can't be solved with a tool. Yeah. But I want to go probably one step further in that discussion on that point, because what I'm interested, what's your opinion on what do you think is the missing element? Because probably it's not AI, probably it's appreciation, probably it's being on eye level. What's your take on this? What do you think could solve the problem, as it's a human thing? It's probably also a human kind of solution.
I don't believe it can be solved.
Okay.
That's literally the answer. What is missing? What is the one element? Compassion for others. Because if you, as a recruiter, are reviewing hundreds of resumes every week, you see the data, you see the numbers, names, but you don't see the, like, and I would say you don't see the person, because you see the person, right? Because you're speaking with them. But people don't understand how much some recruiters are fighting for the candidates, because we as a recruiters would like to close the role, so we are cheering for those, and like, hey, this candidate is amazing. And I will give you an example. One candidate, or not candidate, it was one person like my post on LinkedIn, and I'm checking as every person who is giving likes, and I saw, hey, this guy has a green banner, he's a developer. So I reach out to him like, hey, you have a profile, are you looking? And I spoke with the manager, and they had an interview. So those things are also happening, because I try to help the company to find a person that will be fit for a role. And some people that I discover through LinkedIn are fit. I also receiving most likely around 5-10 messages per day from people who are not fit for any role within our company. And they give you an example. Yesterday, I received a profile from a guy who is a forklifter, and he's not a fit for any role. But I reply to him. I'm trying to reply every single person. Every night after the job, I went and just go through those 20-30 messages or LinkedIn invitation I've got, and I'm replying every single person. And even that they are not fit, I already built a page, a roles of content, and I'm sending them and like, hey, I know that you are not fit, but thank you for reaching out. Here are how to create a resume, how to find the job. Here is the list of job portals, etc. And what they will do with that information is up to them. But I'm trying to help them and showing the compassion to those, because I know how stressful it is. But people are also asking me, hey, can you review my resume? And they believe it's like 5 seconds. I will just check and give them the best answer. No. If I'm reviewing the resume, it usually takes me an hour just to make sure that the person will receive the quality content that they can use, or the quality resume that they can use during their job search. And it take me between an hour and 2 hours. And when you tell people, okay, I'm more than happy to do that, but this is the compensation I'm looking for, they expecting something for free, and that's absolutely okay. But the reason why I'm sharing lots of content is because I'm trying to show job seekers also this is how recruiters are working. And I'm writing a newsletter also for recruiters. So I've got 2 newsletters for recruiters and for job seekers, and they can read from both of the worlds, because they need to understand how recruitment is working, what the recruiters are doing, and also how job seekers are looking for a job. Because when you understand how job seekers are looking for a job, you will be more successful as a recruiter because you will be able to find those job seekers.
Of course.
But I don't believe that the process, and regardless if we agree on that, if it's broken or not, or where exactly it's broken, I don't believe it could be fixed, because the ideal world is you will feed all your information truthfully to some freaking AI company, will truthfully put the list of the requirements that they need, and all those AIs will communicate each other, and the AI also need to have your performance data from the last, let's say, 5 years, how you perform, what you are doing. So if you have that set of data, then you will be evaluated for the right role with the right team, with doing what you're looking for. But that's not easy, and I don't believe it ever will.
Yeah, but I mean, I really liked what you said. I mean, you're sitting down and you're writing back to all the people that put effort into it, giving you a kind of a notification or sending a message to you. And I mean, what you're doing is, I mean, you're giving back some appreciation. At the end of the day, it's appreciation to what they did for you, and you are giving it back to them. And I think that is probably minimum expectations that I have to a company, because if I click on an apply button as a candidate, I mean, that's a willingness. I mean, honestly, from the emotional point of view, clicking on an apply button is a principal willingness to work for you as a company. So, and working for a company doesn't mean working for a company. It anyhow means I'm willing to give you parts of my lifetime. And I think that the minimum what I expect then from the company is getting an answer. Yeah.
Yes, and of course, there is always an element, and I'm also going to split the answer into two parts. The first part is I was talking about LinkedIn itself, but of course, if you are a candidate, I'm also trying to reply, even if it's like just the template, give the feedback to everyone.
Yeah.
But when I was going through my LinkedIn messages, it was during the winter holidays. I spent like 2 days going through all the messages that I sent on LinkedIn, and I found 6 people who never received any answer from me. And so I sent like, hey, I know that you sent a message a few months ago. I apologize. I overlooked it. And it's the same with when you're sending some replies through your ATS. There is always someone who you overlooked. And sadly, that's life. But of course, the majority of people who reply or apply on the role or contact me, they should, and I'm trying to give them some answer. If they reach out to me over LinkedIn, and there are, to be honest, this year I decided to stop replying on those hello. There is nothing, because let's just tell me what you need and I will provide. Because usually it's like hello, the next answer is how are you? I'm fine, and it's like 5 other messages that I can invest into something else.
Yeah, and as we are talking about AI today, and we have taken this as a topic for the talk as well. I mean, I want to ask you, what's your opinion on if AI is entering the field? And I mean, we definitely can avoid it. And I mean, in many areas, it's already there, and in many areas, it will show up. Definitely, I'm 100% sure. Is it replacing us in recruiting, or could it be our personal assistant? What's your take on that?
To be honest, it's very hard to answer, because it's developing so quickly that the things that I thought that are not possible are now a reality. The voice cloning and creating the avatars improved drastically over the last 2 years, that right now I create my clone and I was like, I don't even know that it's not me and it's not video recording. So the quality of the AI in some areas like the voice cloning and other things is so advanced that I do believe that within 5 years would everyone have, or we have like AI agent that will be doing that job, reaching out, and we most likely will be just speaking with those people, and all the discussion will be recorded, analyzed, summarized, and put somewhere into the system. But honestly, it's very hard to answer it if it's going to replace us or if it's our assistant. Right now, we are all using to be more effective, or creating an illusion that we are more effective. But yes, there will be smaller HR teams, and of course the smaller TA teams, because lots of those things could be outsourced. So you don't need to have someone answering question of employees. If you have a chatbot that will cover 80% of those things in recruitment, sourcing I'm always joking that sourcing is dead or dying, and I kind of like believe into that as well, because the way how we source right now, it's more like, here's the AI tool that will go online and find all the people outside there. You just need to put the data. But if you don't want to be replaced, you need to know how to talk to AI, how to it's like Googling. Everybody can Google, but if you, for example, start using file type, you know that the operator file type, that will help you to find just the PDF files, or document files, or any files that you can find. And it's the same with the AI. Everyone I know, and even my mother, and she's retired, she knows how to use ChatGPT, but she's using ChatGPT in the same way. Can you tell me this and that? And you will get the answer. Are you sure that the answer is correct? Are you sure that it's not just the hallucination involved into that result, or the answer? And what if you are asked differently? You will maybe get way better reply. And I had a discussion with quickly, just brief story. I had a discussion with one of my friends, and he was telling me how he was trying to solve the problem with Excel, and ChatGPT or Claude or any AI is great for that. But he spent more time to finding the solution than implement it, because he was not able to find, or he didn't ask properly the right way. And when I showed him how I would be asking, I was like, oh yeah, 5 seconds, done, you have the answer. But he spent like 20 minutes just to figure out, and then he thought, hey, I was very successful and productive because I solved the issue. That was literally 5-second thing through ChatGPT or something else. So
but I mean, if we take an outlook into the future, and I mean, there's prognosis, and I think they have probably written in stone that from 2030 on, when the baby boomers are going to disappear from the labor markets all over Europe, and I mean, I think this will probably not, doesn't mean if AI is supporting us in sourcing, that we in HR have more time in talent acquisition. We have more time to convince the candidates than emotionally convince, because I have adopted AI can emotionally convince anyone. Yeah, I mean, it's a rational, mechanical thing. Yeah, and it will stay like this. So at the end of the day, we need to win the talents for our organizations, and that means emotional convincing. So it will probably free us up to have more time for why we all went into HR. We wanted to talk and deal with people. I mean, that is what I think what my passion is, being in this business, getting in contact and emotionally convincing people.
So let me ask you this: if everyone has access to the tools, the same tools, they are able to find and outreach anyone in the world within one click. The noise that AI is already creating is incredible. The response rate on LinkedIn is dropping. The people are getting, I don't know, maybe 40% more messages. That's good for LinkedIn and for the pricing model.
For sure.
But, and are you going to reply to every offer that you will receive? And what if you are going to miss any offer? So you are ended up in the point that you will, let's say, stop ignoring You will
Yeah.
basically stop paying attention to those messages and start ignoring them.
Mhm.
And as a recruiter, you will see, or you will have a funnel and like, I approach 200,000 candidates and I've got 6 response. So
Yeah.
you have a time to speak with the people, but where the heck you will find those people? Because they might not be even open to speak with you. So what
Mhm.
is going to happen? It
Yeah.
will go back to meetups, calling
Yeah.
people maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows? But AI is making our life and job easier, but it
Yeah.
also creating new challenges. And one of the challenge is what you will do or how you're going to be reaching out people if everyone else has the
Mhm.
same tools. So at the end, it will be some way LinkedIn will be like, okay, so we can promote your message and put it as a sticky message for 3 days in the candidate's inbox
Mhm.
for 2 extra credits or
Mhm.
something like that. And
Yeah.
if LinkedIn team is going to hear this podcast and they implement it, I hope I'm expecting as a T-shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Me as well. Me as well.
of course. But AI is creating so many challenges that people
Mhm.
don't understand.
Mhm.
We are only focusing mostly on benefits, like how we can be faster and we can process
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
We can write an email within 3 clicks instead of spending 10 minutes on drafting it. But
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Fully agree.
where to find those people
Yeah.
that will
I,
reply and how you emotionally connect with them if they don't even want to open the LinkedIn account because they know like, hey, I've got millions of jobs, and when I
Mhm.
need one, I will just use my AI agent to go
Mhm.
and try to lure other AI agents to get
Yeah.
me the offer.
I mean, Jan, as you're in that business for quite some time with a lot of experience, and I think, what kind of tools are you using right now?
ATS. So ATS, LinkedIn, and a few other tools. Then I don't want to kind of like do the promotion for them.
Mm,
But honestly, the tools are just the tools. The
mm,
understanding how to use them is important,
yeah.
and I'm a huge fan of AI. Don't get me wrong, I'm a
Mm,
huge fan,
yeah.
and I sharing the knowledge and information I'm getting from using the AI or using other tools with the team as well, because
Mm,
I truly believe sharing is caring, and
mm,
if they use the knowledge that I found, they will be more successful and our company is more successful. So everybody is
mm,
happy, we are growing, and our goal is to of course be effective in finding the right talent in the right time. So and plus the tools are changing. So if one tool is working today, it doesn't mean that next week or not week next year it's going to work the same day, same way. But I will give you an example. Everybody's using ChatGPT because it's free. Some people are paying for it. I stopped using it. I like for last 2-3 months I'm not using ChatGPT, and I'm paying only for Claude, that I believe it's way better. I'm not jumping on all the hype that this is something that ChatGPT is having. No, for images I'm using Canva, that I'm paying because of using some creating graphic, and their image quality and the way how they are generating the images is way superior than ChatGPT, DALI, or others. And I'm spending lots of time with AI Studio from Google. They have experimental models. They are far and more advanced than ChatGPT, and it's free. And so far, it's free, but the quality of the results and the way how you can work with those AIs is amazing. And to be honest, and it's free. And right now, you literally do not have or almost don't have to pay for using AI if you are just the general user. And I'm also using or not using. I'm playing with Replit. It's a tool for developers, right? So I'm trying to develop my WordPress plugin applications just to try to understand not how to just create the application, but as you can see the code, it and you will ask something, you see how the code is implemented. Uh, I'm not a developer, but I truly enjoy to seeing how it's implemented, because I know some code, I know how to read it, but it also helped me to better understand the process, how those things kind of like are used, and that will be the other tool that I kind of like really enjoy, using and playing with.
If the boss is coming to a guy in HR right now or tomorrow morning and will tell them, okay, we have to implement AI now within our company and our recruiting, what would be one or two tips that you could give to this kind of HR people out there, probably having not dealt with this kind of stuff? What should be the first two steps?
Well, my answer will be, let's invite on the call Dave. Dave is our VP of AI, incredibly smart person regarding AI. So I would include him into the discussion, because there are people who are way smarter than me, and I know he would be able to bring way more knowledge to the discussion. So and if he's busy, then I would be including a few more people, because I could recommend my preference that I do believe is good for me and it's going to work for me, but every implementation should be working for more people and for the entire company. So I would be including, I don't say panel discussion or something like that, but I would be bringing people who has the knowledge, who are also users of those AIs, and they can bring their experience to the implementation, and then together as one team we'll be able to implement the solution that will work for majority of us, because all implementations are not working for everyone 100%. So definitely bring Dave. That would be my answer. And if Dave is busy, then bring more people on board, because that's definitely going to be a thing that will have an implementation. And I know that people don't like to hear that, but I would also bring a legal team, because AI is definitely something that require their expertise. And even if they say most likely no to majority of the things, they most likely be right. But no, bringing a legal team is also something that I would be recommending. And then we will be exploring and selecting the tools, because there are many tools on the market. Some of them are AI, but what is AI right now? It's just machine learning, right? The AGI, the almighty AI that we want to achieve is still not there. It will most likely will take a few more years, or maybe, I don't know if it's even possible. But it's all about not a real AI. It's more just machine learning right now.
Jan, as the time is really flowing, I mean, because we're already coming to the end of our recording. I could continue for another 2 hours talking to you. I mean, it's amazing. A small bird was twittering me that you are writing a new book, and this new book is about AI. And could you give us a quick sneak peek on what we could expect from it? Is it pro AI? Is it?
No, so I'm not trying to be pro and against things. I'm trying to embrace things as they are. So I finished the book right now. I'm trying to create the cover, and because I'm self-publishing majority of my books, then I have a freedom to publish and say what I want. The book is basically, the title is How to Talk to AI. The reason for it is because I would like to give everyone, job seeker, recruiter, everyone who is interested about AI, some manual how I learned a few years ago about AI, how I understand those the prompt creation, what are the best practices, what I'm using. So there are also practical examples. And I will be also creating some extra content, like extra prompts as a PDF files that I will be sharing on my website for one simple reason, because I don't want to have a book with 900 pages or something, but I would like to give people the ability to go and learn about the AI and how to communicate with it in the right way. Because right now, many people, when they, for example, want to write the LinkedIn post or article, they go and write me a LinkedIn post or LinkedIn article, whatever, about this topic and mention these two things. Done. They will get the result. Is it good? Most likely not. But if you start thinking about that in different way and you like act as a copywriter who is focusing on this topic, then cover this is the format that I would like to follow. Focus on the tone of the content, readability, and other things. If you structure your prompts, you will get way more results and way more better results as well. So I'm trying to explain people or give people some kind of like manual, like, hey, you don't be a pro. I'm also not a pro as Dave. So here's the manual. I do believe it's good, and because I'm not a native speaker, I wrote the entire book. I spent several months, I believe, like 11, 12 months, almost a year on it, and then I went everything that I put together, source and everything, I ask AI, can you verify and provide if it's really true? And I just basically test it through various AIs as well, just to see how they're working with the data. And I ask to fix the grammar flow, because usually, when I'm writing, there is lots of grammatical errors. So it helps, but I still went and hired the editor, and together with editor we make some changes, improve the flow, fix some things that could be better. But all the information I put it there are based on my experience, knowledge, research, and how I'm using AI every day. And because I'm literally able to save 24 hours per week because of AI on the task that I was doing. I do believe everyone can do that. And if you have that knowledge, then AI might not be replacing you right now, but you will find the way how you can work with AI. And having AI knowledge, I believe that will be one of the core requirements within the next few years, when they will be hiring accountant or writer, technical support, whatever role, that you will need to have a knowledge with AI. So I'm expecting that it will be beneficial for people as well.
I think that was the best closing word for this episode. I think it really said everything. So thank you very much, Jan, for taking your time. It was a pleasure having you in this episode of Cappuccino with HR. The audience, I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I did during the recording. So please stay tuned for what's coming up. And Jan, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for the
It was a
invitation.
pleasure having you. Thank you for watching Cappuccino with HR. If you enjoy this kind of conversations, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Then you get all this kind of upfront information, your upcoming episodes, and all my nice guests. Cappuccino with HR is brought to you by WeAreDevelopers, Europe's #1 developer community and a leading platform for connecting HR and companies together with developers. If you want to learn more, visit us on WeAreDevelopers.com. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time on Cappuccino with HR.